Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning into TradeChat. My name is Panzer, and today I just wanted to kind of make a vlog. To be fair, I didn't actually want to make a vlog. I wanted to make a bunch of different videos, and I'm sure I'm not the only person that this has ever happened to, but I just can't right now. I don't know, I want to, and I've tried, and it feels like every task I'm trying to perform in life is getting to about 65, 70%, and then it's I just can't finish it. And I don't know, I'm not making this video because I want sympathy or anything like that, because I know everybody has their days or whatever, but just for a little context, I have had a very busy year, by far the busiest year of my entire life, and I've traveled more this year than I think I've traveled every other year combined. And I've just been really tired and stressed and jet lagged. And then so my dad died a couple years ago, which was really hard because I don't have a relationship with my mom. So he was all my parents, he was my only parent, and he died. And to make that situation more challenging, relationships with my step family have been really strained since then. And then my grandma died in August, and that's kind of it for, it's just me and my sister now. And this last week or so, all of this sort of drama has blown up with my step family, and I am feeling kind of a lack of support system. I obviously have my husband and my sister and my friends, but it's so different when my whole life, I would always go to my dad or my grandma when something happened, and I don't have either of those people. And then the issues that are coming up are sort of related to them. So it makes it even worse because that's already kind of an open wound, and then it sort of just feels like it's getting salt poured into it. And it's really affected my work life, I guess, because it's hard to make a video when you're not in a great mood. And I pride myself on being the type of person that's generally in a pretty good mood, or able to get to the place of being in a pretty good mood. And it's I have just been so unmotivated and tired and slow. It's my brain is moving slow. It feels like my whole life is moving in slow motion or something, but not in a good way. And I don't really think I'm depressed. I just think I'm in a funk right now, and I'm sure I'll get out of it. But this week, I tried to do all of my signatures for St. Jude. I spent 2 hours and accomplished nothing. It was open. I had my tablet out. It was every time I wrote something, I hated it. Every time I drew something, I hated it. It was nothing that I did was acceptable. And I've sat down and I've written a bunch of videos. I have a whole video written that's called Reaper is basically Deadpool, and I have I have a bunch of videos that are ready to film and ready to go. And the idea of filming them and getting ready to film and editing them is so cripplingly overwhelming. I will sit down to film, and it's I can't even get words out. I'm just not there. I'm not present in the moment. And, I tried to do my Draw My Life video yesterday, which, what a terrible idea that is. Oh, you're feeling a little emotionally overwhelmed. Why don't you just, dredge up everything? And, I didn't really want to do a Draw My Life video. No, I didn't want to do a Draw My Life video. It was, the most requested thing as a reward for St. Jude. So I agreed to do a Draw My Life video, and I tried my best to, omit a lot of personal stuff, because I know there's a lot of people who are just all about just putting their shit out there and letting the world see it, but I'm very much the opposite. I don't like to put my dirty laundry out for airing. I'm not that type of person. So I tried to omit as much as possible that was personal, I guess, while still giving the whole story. And so anyways, I got the whole thing written, and I recorded the audio, and I started to do you can see there's a whiteboard right there, because I started to do it, and it was I could not get my camera and lights and everything set up in a way that didn't glare and look like total crap. I just couldn't get, I was not accomplishing anything. It was the most frustrating thing. So I was going to do it on the computer, but then we're back to the tablet issue where I have kind of a shitty tablet. So that was a nightmare. And then I thought about maybe doing it on my like my Galaxy tablet, and that's not responsive enough. Like the processor in it isn't fast enough to like do that. And I just got a new phone, so like maybe I can do it on my phone. I don't know. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do about either the signatures or the Draw My Life. They need to get done though. And then like I had like filmed some stuff that didn't work out, and that's like always super upsetting to like spend hours working on something and then like not be able to use it. So like I know I need to refilm that stuff, and that's sort of looming over me, and I have a lot of things I want to do and that like I'm prepared to do, and I just like can't. And I know it's like, I know there's gonna be people that are like, oh, just do it, right? And I'm not. Like, let me just reiterate, like I'm not depressed. I've never been the type of person in my life who has like struggled with depression or like self-pity or anything like that. Like it has just been like such a weird couple weeks for me. And I think a lot of it is that in the past 3 weeks, I've traveled twice. Like in the past, well, I guess now it'd be a month because I've been home about a week. But I went to PAX in July. Then I had like a month. And then I went to San Diego Comic-Con. And then I went back to the West Coast again and went to PAX. Wait, did I say I went to PAX first? Because I didn't. That wasn't true. I went to San Diego Comic-Con. Then I went to PAX. Then I went to GameStop Expo. So it was like 3 times in just like a couple, like 8 weeks maybe. And even before that, before San Diego Comic-Con, I was there for like the Warcraft movie premiere. Before that, I was there for the junket, and like it has just been non-stop for months. And I think I'm just exhausted. I'm exhausted physically, I'm exhausted emotionally, and then with all this stuff with like my grandma dying, and then it bringing up all this like drama with like my stepmother and stuff. Like I don't even know what's going on. Like I wasn't present for it. I just am getting blamed. Like I don't even really know what happened. It just turned into like I'm a bad guy, I guess. And like all I want is like things of mine and my dad's. Like it's been 2.5 years and I have nothing. Like I haven't been given anything of his. And like I don't like, I never just outwardly am like, hey, can I have that stuff? I try really hard to like talk about things that are not that, and like maintain a relationship and be gentle and caring and kind, but like my like putting myself in someone else's shoes has run out because I would not treat someone like that. Like I would not do that. Like when my grandpa died and I had a bunch of his stuff, like I literally emailed like every cousin I had and was like, hey, do you guys want any of this stuff? Like when my grandma died and we were cleaning out the house, it was like, take whatever you want. Like I don't care. Like it's not really about the physical things. It's like my artwork from growing up, like, you know what I mean? Like my artwork from elementary school and middle school and high school. And like, he saved like a lot of pictures of me when I was little. Like I have no pictures of him, like physical pictures. I have none. And like, it's not like I want anything of value. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, get a lawyer, you are like, that is the worst thing you could possibly do in this situation. I want to have a relationship with these people. I don't know why, but I do. Like, I want to have that like family structure. I like want to call someone and tell them about my day, and I want them to tell me about their day. And like, I mean, my stepmom and my dad were together for 20 years. Like I was a little kid when they were together. Like I think I was like 6 or 7 when they met each other. So like, there's no reason that I should be treated like a total outsider, but like she gave her kids stuff of my dad's and he wasn't their dad. Like they have dads that are alive and off doing their own thing. And like, just to contact, like, I feel like I should pull back and say like, one of my stepbrothers I have a great relationship with, and I consider him like one of my best friends, and like he is separate from this. Like, but it's really hard. Like I lost my dad and then I lost my grandma, and I feel like depression is when you're sad about shit, and it's like there's no reason you should be sad about it. Like they give a chemical imbalance that's making you feel a disproportionate amount of sadness to the situation at hand. I don't feel like I feel a disproportionate amount of emotions. Like I would still say, all things considered, like I'm doing better than most people probably would. But like in getting home from this trip and being so exhausted and like being behind on work and feeling like pressure because I was behind on work, and then to have this like kind of like family stuff like thrown in, I have not been able to accomplish anything. Like this is a pile of stuff I need to open up on camera, and I did like my Loot Crate video with Nick today, and I feel like it's very evident in the video that I'm just like not in a good mood, and it's not his fault. It's not anyone's fault, I guess, in particular, really. And then like, okay, so this is dumb, but last night I set my alarm for 9:30 and I went to bed early, like an hour earlier than I normally do, and I was so excited to like get a decent night's sleep, get up, get a bunch of work done, have the whole day. I accidentally set my alarm for PM instead of AM, and I slept until 2:30. I slept literally 12 hours. I never do that. Like, I'm usually like kind of an insomniac. Like, I usually am running on like 6 hours-ish or less of sleep at all times. Like, I've always been like that ever since I was a little kid. And like, since I got home from this last trip, there was one day that I slept like 16 hours. I got up and I had a sandwich and I went back to bed for another like 8. Like, I'm not like that at all. And like, please don't leave stupid comments like, are you pregnant or this or that? Because like, no, it's not that. Like, I promise it's not a physical thing. I think I'm like broken. 404 pans are not found. I think I spent so long like just burning the candle at both ends and being so hyper aware of everyone else's like feelings and needs and wants that my own body is just like, whoa, you need to stop. And it's frustrating because it's not coming at a good time. Like, I want to put out like 39, my hair is a wreck. I'm sorry. Like, this is just what it is now. I don't know what to tell you. But like, I want to do 39 things about 7.1. I want to do like tips of how to get into raiding. I want to talk about my experiences in the new raid. I want to talk about my plans for World of Warcraft going forward. I want to talk about the Overwatch PTR. I want to do all these things. And then like, because I'm so far behind, because I've been traveling so much, I feel like, holy shit, there's no way I can do my whole to-do list. It's impossible. Like, I'm never going to get this stuff done. And then I feel like so overwhelmed not being able to get the stuff done that I don't do anything. It's not like I'm sitting playing games and procrastinating and being lazy. It's like I start 15 projects and get none of them done. And I know part of this is my own fault because I've been trying to be on a better sleep schedule, which got all screwed up from traveling to the West Coast 3 times, like, because that's 3 hours difference. And my sleep schedule got so screwed up that I like didn't want to take my ADHD medicine because it's a stimulant. And my goal was to like, you know, go a couple days without it and then get back on a regular schedule and then I'm not kidding. I told you I set my alarm for PM. God, I hate my life. I hate my life. I can't believe that. I thought I turned it off. So anyways, I didn't want you to think that, like, I'm being lazy or... Stop it. Tychus, look at me. Tyke, look at me. Make eye contact. Nothing's happening. It's just a car. It's just a car. Shh. Shh. It's fine. It's just a car. Okay. I just didn't want you guys to think I'm being lazy or that I'm, like, neglecting my work. Because that's not really what's going on. I want to do it. It's just, like, I can't. And, like, I'm hoping that, like... So my plan is right now, I'm going to put out this video now. Like, I'm going to put this video out tonight, and it probably won't require much editing or anything. And then I'm going to maybe give myself the weekend off of like, hey, you're not working, you have the weekend off. And then maybe like try to really get back on some sort of schedule on Monday and like really put my foot down and be responsible for my actions, because I'm usually a workaholic. I'm usually the type of person that's just working 24/7, and it's been really strange, like, not really, because it's not even like I'm playing WoW or doing something fun. It's not even like I've had days off. It's like I've had these days where, like, I'm starting this project and then I feel like nothing's happening with it, so I move on to a different project and I get a little bit done and then I feel like, oh, I can't finish this, so I move on to a different project, and, like, but it's like, and I feel like in saying verbally that I hadn't taken my ADHD medicine, you're probably like, well, duh, Danielle, that's the problem. But, like, it's more than that. It's like a lack of motivation to the point of being like sad about it. Like I literally, it's not, oh, I'm so, because the thing is, like, before I started taking medicine for ADHD, before I went to counseling and everything for it, I did all my projects. I didn't do them as well as I could have, right? Like, I never didn't finish things. Like, I had a lot of unfinished projects, but they weren't like priority projects. They were like other projects. And I feel like I rushed things, and like I made editing mistakes and I made like little errors here and there, but like I always got my work done. It's not like I was an unproductive person prior to that. And this isn't like, oh, you're in withdrawals. Like, please, like, refrain from leaving stupid comments. I would really appreciate it. Like, just of all days, if you could just keep your stupid judgmental comments in your face. Like, when I talked about on another video having ADHD, do you know how many comments were like, you need to eat all organic kale tofu and then you'll magically not have ADHD anymore? Like, hi, fuck you. That's not the way that like a mental condition works. Like, I'm not saying that every person who has any form of ADHD needs medication. I'm not even saying I don't even need medication on a day-to-day basis. But there are days where I am much less stressed, and my mental health and well-being is better because I'm on medicine, and I don't think there's anything shameful about that. And when you're running around telling people things that their doctor has advised them against, you're part of the problem. So I'm just saying, like, if you know someone personally, if you are friends with someone, if it's your family member, and you want to have an adult discussion about ways to treat their mental illness, fine. But to go to a stranger I'm literally seeing my primary care doctor and a therapist, specifically someone who does counseling for ADHD and learning disabilities and stuff like that. Like, I don't need your advice. Like, I don't want your advice. Like, you're just coming off as a pretentious asshole. Sorry for like venting on that, but that really bothered me, because when people do things like that and they say like X mental illness, it doesn't matter which one, whether it's depression, whether it's bipolar, whether it's schizophrenia, whether it's ADHD, it doesn't matter what the issue is. When you start like giving people advice that their doctor has given them opposite advice, like, that's not your place. It's not, even if you truly believe that if I cut out all fast food and all processed foods and just took a walk in the sunshine every day, things would be great. Like, I promise you, they would not. Anyways, back on track. I know, like, a bunch of people are probably going to say, well, you didn't take your medicine for a week. That's probably why this is like that. But really, it's that the not taking the medicine is actually, like, part of the lack of motivation. Like, it's not like I wasn't motivated because I didn't take the medicine. I didn't take the medicine because I was like, well, I'm not going to get any work done anyways, so why bother? Also, one of the days that I slept all that time, I had taken my medicine that day and was trying to work. So this is clearly something in my brain that is just eating at me a little bit. And I don't know if I need to go like talk to a therapist, or if I just need to like, maybe talking to you guys will help. I don't know. And I don't want to like I said, I'm not like trying to like look for pity, or I just want to kind of explain myself because I'm really ashamed of the lack of content on my channel. Like, I pride myself on being someone who takes YouTube seriously as a thing. Like, it's not a small deal to me. It's not like I'm like, oh, we just fuck around here. Like, I always try to not put up filler content and to really do research and edit things and like do a good job. Like, I pride myself on doing a good job, and I don't feel like I've done a good job lately, which has sapped even more motivation from me. So I think the game plan currently is just to kind of like chill for the weekend and like give myself an actual day off where like it's okay to like not work, and then try again on like Sunday or Monday when maybe I feel a little better. But it's really difficult because it's not like a regular 9-to-5 job where like you just go to work and you do your work and you go home. Like, I think about it all day. Like, I think about, I'm sitting here all day, you know, like whether I'm working or not, like I'm in my work environment, and like it's really hard to not beat yourself up when you're doing anything that's not work related. And I've had a couple really great things happen this week, so I don't want to like dismiss that. I like had a few meetings and like I did get some stuff done this week, but for me and the way that I function, I got significantly less done than I know that I'm capable of, and like that's problematic to me. Like, if I know I can do better, I want to do better. So anyways, TLDR, I've been in a real bad mood lately, and it's why I haven't made a lot of videos, and I'm working on it, and I'm sorry, and I do feel very bad. And please don't leave me stupid comments because I'm just not in the mood. I'm just not in the mood. Speaking of which, okay, so what is actually coming up soon? Things I plan on doing. Draw My Life is happening. I just have to figure out a way to set my equipment up so that there's not such a bad glare. But the audio is filmed. Everything is done as far as that. I just have to do the actual drawing part. I was going to do it on the computer, decided that took too long, got a whiteboard instead. We're going to rock it. We're going to get it done. Promise. So Draw My Life is happening. I also have, I'm going to do my Loot Crate DX unboxing, which is funny because I actually paid for this. Like, they didn't send this to me. I got Loot Crate DX like a couple times, like through promotional stuff, and I liked it so much that I bought it. So I'm going to do my Loot Crate DX unboxing because that stuff is always super rad. I also have a mail unboxing coming up. As you can see, like, I have a lot of stuff from my P.O. box, but whoa, I just tried to lean my elbow on that box and it wasn't there. I do have the mail unboxing coming up. I'm also going to make a video about LASIK. I do want to make a whole video on ADHD as well. Not that I'm an expert, but I think it's the type of thing that people really like to dismiss as being real. And just like, I know some people are like, I think ADHD is real, but you should stop eating processed foods. That's what's shut up. Like that's dismissing ADHD as real. Like that, you absolutely are dismissing it as a thing. And whatever. Sorry. I get really upset about it because like it's a big thing in your life to go and see a counselor or a therapist or a psychologist or psychiatrist, whatever. It's a big deal to make that step, and to have people kind of actively telling you that that step wasn't a good one is just rude. It's just rude. It's just rude. Anyways, so those are coming. I also want to do, I have 39 things about 7.1. I want to do like a first impressions of Emerald Nightmare, which I guess is probably already at the point of being outdated. Although I was thinking about putting that out like Monday, because then it'd be like a whole week of rating, like what my thoughts were. But whatever, I want to do that. I also have my Reaper is Deadpool video. And I have a whole spreadsheet as well of Overwatch fan skins. Like, would you guys want a video like that? Like, I used to do it for League of Legends. It was called Riot Please. And I would do like a theme, and then I show a bunch of skins of that theme. And like, so I have a spreadsheet now of Overwatch fan skin ideas that are saved by theme and hero. So like, it's kind of cool. So like, if you guys are interested in that, I could do videos on that. And then what else is going on? Oh, I have a Discord video coming up too, which isn't really like sponsored. Like they did sponsor a video of mine a while ago, but they are like paying me for signups. So if people sign up using my link, I get like a small kickback. And but this is unrelated to that. I'm just being like fully transparent about what I get paid, because YouTubers are really bad about that. Anyways, so I want to do a video that's like top 10 Discord hacks that are basically like cool tricks that you might not have known about Discord, like dark mode and the overlay and how to use GIFs without like doing anything. So I don't know. That's coming up as well. And then I had one more that I can't even think of, but that's pretty much my life currently, is just trying to be motivated, not doing a good job, and feeling really bad about myself for it. So I'm glad I got this off my chest. I'm sorry that this is your video today. And thank you so much to everybody who watches this. And like, people have been so wonderful and so supportive lately. I don't even know how to express how I feel about that. I've never been the type to get like sappy over YouTube, but as someone who's been on YouTube for like 7 years, I've been on YouTube a really long time. Like a good portion of my adult life has been on YouTube. Because I started YouTube when I was 20. I know I was 20 when I started YouTube. So I've literally been on YouTube for like at least 7, almost 8 years. And it just really means a lot to me that after all this time, I'm still getting like new subscribers, and there's still people like that are just being so supportive. And it's not just like, oh, I liked your video. It's like, oh, like I really relate to you, and like your content's really great, and like I love watching your videos, and blah blah blah. I don't know. It just makes me feel really great. Like it makes me feel like I spend a lot of time thinking like I'm privileged, obnoxiously privileged, and I'm aware of that, right? Like I'm white, I'm a girl, I'm like an okay looking girl, I'm thin, like, and then like I made a YouTube channel, and like I guess like in the market I made a YouTube channel, and a lot of people perceive me as having some sort of like luck over, say, like a guy who did the same type of videos, which I'm not even disagreeing with. I just think it's a hard comparison to make, because I can't not be a girl. Like I can't not be this. This is what I am. And I recognize all of those things. Like I recognize all of those things being beneficial to me. But then in the same sense, like it's also hard to be taken seriously sometimes, and it's hard to I think everything comes with like, you know, pros and cons. And I lost my train of thought where I was going with this. But after all this time, like it just feels good to feel like I'm making a difference. Oh, I remember now. I just feel like with the job that I have, and because I do this full time. A lot of people don't, I guess people don't know that, but I do. Like I do this full time, and generally speaking, I work a lot, like way more than I would work at a job, because I don't have a good personality for someone who works at home. Like I am a harder boss than any boss would ever be. But, you know, a lot of times I feel like why do I have all these good things in my life? You know, like what makes me more worthy of this, like, not that I make a ton of money, but what makes me worthy of being able to make a living doing this over someone else, and what good am I putting into the world? And so that's why, like, doing charity and stuff is really important to me, because I feel like I'm so blessed and so privileged that I want to be able to, like, pass that on to other people. And I'm also the type of person who, like, I like to think that I'm pretty generous. Like, I don't like anytime, like, we go out to eat or something, like, I want to pick up the bill because, like, I want to show my friends that I give a shit. I don't know, like, it's dumb, but, like, so when people say things and leave nice comments and, like, I don't know, just go out of their way to make me feel good because they think I made them feel good, it makes me feel like this isn't quite so stupid and ridiculous. Like, maybe, you know, like, being able to talk to people and make them feel a little better on a day that they're feeling shitty, like, that's valuable in my opinion. So to everybody who leaves comments like that, like, just know that it really does mean a lot to me, even though I don't necessarily address it all the time. Like, it really makes me feel like, which in turn has made me feel even more like shit lately, because I'm like, oh, here's all these people that, like, care about you, and you're just letting them down, Panzer, just letting them down. So anyways, I think that's all I have to say. I'm sorry that this video is, like, so long and rambly and sort of like a downer. Was just what it is right now. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna try to, like, chill out for, like, maybe I'll just chill out tomorrow. Maybe I'll spend all day Saturday just hanging out and, like, doing whatever, and then Sunday I will, like, get to business. maybe I just need a day where I actually allow myself to recharge, because I feel like every day I just tell myself I'm gonna work and then feel guilty if I don't work, and then get less work done because I'm too busy beating myself up because I didn't get any work done. It's a vicious cycle. So anyways, I'm gonna go. I hope you're all having a wonderful day though, and if you have any non-stupid advice, please don't tell me not to eat processed foods and to go outside more. Like, that's not the issue here. But if you have any advice, like, if you've ever had to deal with, like, step parents after a parent died or something like that, like, I'd love to hear, like, how you handled that, because it's just like, no one prepares you for that, man. Like, I feel like if my parents were together, at least I'd still have my mom, you know, or, like, at least I'd have that, like, support system. But instead I feel like I've just gained a new enemy or something. Like, I don't know. It just feels, it's really hurtful. Like, I don't really have another word to use for it. It really hurts my feelings, and it's really hard to shake. And this was all kind of brought to my attention. Like, the problem was brought to my attention maybe a week ago, which is also when my funk started, which is why I know this funk is emotional and not ADHD related. Anyways, I'm going to go. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will be back very soon with normal videos, and that's about it. I love you all. You're in my hearts. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.